Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Today is Thursday, September the 5th. My name is Judge Esparza. We have some writ hearings scheduled for this afternoon. We have most of the defendants in the courtroom. We're still waiting for a few emails. All right. Y'all raise your right hand real quick and stand up. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. You translate to it. Okay, toma asiento, have a seat. Everybody, the females were sworn, and the male inmates were sworn earlier. The first case we're gonna call C 3980-24-L, State of Texas versus Isaias Salas Jr. You speak English, sir?
English, sir.
Okay, go ahead and just stand in the middle of the room there. Nereida, this is your motion. I'm not sure if you're aware, but on your application, you had the request for the ag robbery. It was reduced, I think, a day after you filed your motion by the municipal court judge to $5,000 cash surety.
I did, I found out that yesterday, Judge. I just wasn't able to, just because of my schedule, I wasn't able to reach the court and let you know that that had happened. And so I wanted to appear here today and tell you that in essence, I think that that has been resolved, you know, this, you know, writ, so.
Okay,
He does have a revocation that is pending in one of the courts, so I'll be filing a motion there to set bond and see if we can get him out.
I saw that in the 92nd. Okay, so I think there's nothing else on this one we can do, right?
No, sir.
Will you file a non-suit?
Thank you, Judge.
Or we just?
I'll file a non-suit, Judge. I will file it
Okay,
today.
perfect, thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right,
May I be excused?
yes, go ahead and have a seat,
Thank
sir. The next case we're gonna call is C 3951-24-C, State of Texas versus Jose Bustamante. ¿No habla inglés, verdad, señor?
No.
Okay. Robert Capillo, this is your motion.
Yes,
Just
sir.
go slowly, because he is Spanish speaking, so that they can do the translation. I'm not sure if you're aware, but he does have an ice hold.
Yeah, Judge, I know, he asked me to file the bond reduction anyway. I met with him yesterday at the jail. He's from Michoacan, Mexico. He's got $100,000 cash or surety bond on a collision involving injury. He did tell me he is here without paperwork. He is here illegally. Nonetheless, Judge, he is entitled to a bond reduction. I know there's a hold on him. He asked me to see if I could, help him out with the bond reduction, which I'm trying to do. And I know we'll leave it to the court's discretion, Judge, on whether you want to reduce the bond or not. He's not getting out anyway. He's got an ice hold. So,
Okay. What says the state?
Judge, we're opposed to any bond reduction based on the fact that he does have an immigration hold. There's a chance he may be a flight risk if he's deported to Mexico.
Mr. Bustamante, as your attorney explained, there's an immigration hold on your case. You understand that, correct?
Yes.
So if you do make bond and you are released, you'll be released to immigration authorities and probably be deported. Do you understand that? I'll go ahead and cut it to $50,000 cash surety.
thank you, Judge. I appreciate that. He's not going anywhere anyway.
All right. I think you have one more, Robert. Hang on.
Yes, sir, I do. I have one more, Judge.
Next case we're gonna call is C 3952-24H, State of Texas versus Damian Bustos. Speak English, Mr. Bustos? Yes? Okay. Mr. Bustos is present. It's your motion, Robert. You may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. I didn't realize that Mr. Bustos was transported to the Willacy County Jail. I did attempt a jail visit with him yesterday. I understand that he's got a $75,000 cash or surety bond on a aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. We're asking, Your Honor, he is a resident of Edinburgh, Texas. He lives on Sanchez Street. We're asking that his bond be reduced to $10,000 cash or surety, Judge.
What says the state?
Your Honor, we're in agreement with a reduction, but we're asking that it be no less than 25,000 cash surety with a condition of no contact.
I didn't see any priors on this young man. Did you, OJ?
No, Your Honor.
Mr.
I don't know.
Bustos,
I
how old
don't
are you,
know.
sir?
Go ahead.
How old are you, Mr. Bustos? You need to speak up. If you can't speak up, sit down, stay in jail. We'll do it another week or so. What do you want to do?
Speak up.
How old? Are you in high school? Sit down, sir. Robert, we'll get back to it.
Okay, Judge, I'll be on standby.
Next case we're gonna call is C 3973-24-A, State of Texas versus Edwin Camargo. You speak English, Mr. Camargo? Mr. Camargo is present. Melissa. Lisandra, is Melisandra on the screen? No, she's not on. Have a seat, your attorney's not present. We'll call him in a few minutes. We're gonna call C 3911-24-I, State of Texas versus Christina Cantu. Speak English, Cantu? Melissa Montes, it's your motion. She does have a couple of holds out of Cameron County, from what I saw, just so you're aware.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You may proceed.
Your Honor, on this matter, we are asking for PR bonds on these two cases from $10,000 with a drug patch possibly. We do have a hearing on two of her motion to adjudicate on September the 10th next week. So we're going to be taking care of those as well, but we're just asking for a bond reduction on these two felonies, Judge, that are still in intake.
Actually, one of them is a misdemeanor. It looks like the complaint's already been filed on one of them.
Okay.
CR 2409443E is in Edward. So the only one pending is, it's actually a $10,000 bond also. What says the state?
Judge, we're okay with the bond being reduced, but we'd ask that it be reduced to no less than half at 5,000 cash surety.
This is Cantu. Where do you live?
I live with my grandma, sir,
What city?
in Edinburgh.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
You have a job?
No, not anymore, sir.
Where were you working?
Working at a restaurant as a waitress. Before
How long were you working there?
I was going on 2 months.
Your kids?
No kids.
Married?
No, sir.
You understand you have a couple of warrants out of Cameron County that have a hold on you. So even if you make, I don't want to know what they're for. I'm just telling you, there's warrants and there's hold on you. So if you make bond, you won't be released here. They'll call Cameron County and see if they're going to come and get you. Do you understand that?
I heard that after they had 10 days to come get me.
If you take care of the cases here, but you still have cases pending, so. Reduce the bond to $1,000 cash surety. It's just on one of the cases. The other case has already been filed in another court. Your attorney will have to go before that judge to see if he'll reduce it. And like I said, if he reduces it and you make bond, they'll notify Cameron and maybe they'll give you a bond or maybe they'll ask that they come and pick you up. I'm not sure. That's up to them. Well, in this case, the bond will be reduced to $1,000 cash surety.
Thank
No
you, Your Honor.
drugs or alcohol while you're out on bond, you understand? You come back positive, I'm gonna order monthly UAs. You come back positive on a drug test, you're gonna end up back in jail, you understand?
Yes, sir. I want to leave all that behind.
All right, good luck to you. Go ahead and see.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you.
Gonna call C 3930-24-L, State of Texas versus Maricela Luna. She's Spanish speaking. Alex Aguirre, Ted, you standing in for Alex?
That's correct, Judge.
She is Spanish speaking, so I just ask that you go slow. She does have an
Yes,
ISO
sir.
also.
That's correct, Judge. I did speak to the state, Miss Annalise. Judge, my understanding is that even though she has an ICE hold, she was going to agree to a PR bond, based on the circumstances of the stop and the arrest, Judge. After reading the probable cause statement, I don't know if Mr. Esquivel has spoken to Miss Annalise on that agreement.
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct. We are recommending that her bond be reduced to PR bonds.
Miss Luna, which city do you live in? You have a house or an apartment? How long have you been living there? Do you know the address? Do you have a phone number?
956 2307.
That's your cell number?
That's her daughter.
This is, Luna, they're gonna give you a PR bond, which means you just need to sign promising that you will appear to court at a later date. Do you understand that? The charges aren't going away. Understand that? But you also have an immigration hold, which means that you will be released to immigration authorities from here. Do you understand that? And they may or may not deport you. That's something that they will decide, or an immigration judge may decide. Do you understand that? The bond will be reduced to $2,500 PR.
Thank you, Judge.
Yep, you're welcome. Thank you, Ted.
Nothing further, Judge, may be excused.
Yes, sir. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you, you too.
You can take the females.
Let's go, ladies.
Gonna call C 3997-24-A, State of Texas versus Vicente Villarreal. OJ, this is Sonny Palacios' case. He called earlier, I believe, and notified my staff that he had federal court this afternoon. They didn't bring the individual to the courtroom. It's a failure to register. Three counts, each set at 2 at 75 and 1 at 50.
Mhm.
Have you spoken, do you have a recommendation on it?
Judge, we don't, I mean, we might recommend a little less, but I don't know if that's something you want to take up now, or how you'd like to proceed.
Well, I mean, I looked at this guy's record. All I saw was this charge from like 1992, and I don't think there was anything since, was there?
Let me double check.
Oh, recent.
Did Sonny inform the court what he was asking for, or?
No, he just called, or his staff called, said he was tied up in federal court.
Yeah, I mean, you're correct, Judge. It doesn't look like he had he's had any other arrests aside from a Class C since the aggravated sexual assault of a child back in 92.
Yeah. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reduce them to $2,000 cash surety, each one with AIP conditions. He be released to AIP officials only.
Okay, Judge.
All right. Let's see, the next case we're gonna call is C 3942-24-8, State of Texas versus Jorge Zarate.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ortegon. Mr. Zarate, you speak English? Yes, sir. Okay, he's present, English speaking, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. On Mr. Zarate, Judge, we are respectfully requesting a bond reduction, Your Honor. He is currently being held on a $10,000 cash surety bond for a burglary of a building charge, Judge. As far as we're concerned, he does not have any holds, Judge. He's a U.S. citizen, Your Honor. Obviously, he's indigent, Judge. We are court appointed on this case, Your Honor. We are respectfully requesting any consideration, Judge. We would be seeking a PR bond, Your Honor, being that he has spent some time in jail. If the court's not inclined to do that, Judge, we'd respectfully request maybe $1,000, $1,500 cash surety bond so that he can get out and we can start working on this case, Your Honor. I know you hear it all the time, Judge, but he is presumed innocent unless proven guilty, Judge, and we would respectfully request that his bond be reduced.
Jorge, I don't know if you're aware of it, but it looks like end of July, Judge Bobby Flores released him from custody and gave him 5 days to surrender himself on July 29th to safety officials. That was the last order of release. He didn't turn himself in, and he ended up picking you up, new charges.
And that's with me, Judge? Was I the attorney on that case? Because I'm not sure.
Well, no, he has a motion to adjudicate that's pending.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what you mean by as far as we're concerned, he doesn't have any holds for him, but I mean, he has another.
What I meant was like a blue warrant or something.
No,
But
and
I guess,
don't know if,
well,
yeah, I don't know if you were the attorney in this case or not. It's a CR 4076 23C. Looks like Judge Flores released him on the 24th of July, gave him 5 days apparently to get his affairs in order and surrender himself to to safety to here at the county to be released to safety, and apparently he didn't.
and that's on, and then they say he picked up new charges. I'm here on one of the new charges, right?
Yes,
Yes.
correct.
Okay, that's probably why. I know, unfortunately, unlike Mr. Esquivel, we don't get all the sources to see holds and stuff. I know my computer system doesn't give me that information, Judge. So I do apologize for misspeaking. I don't know if we're going to end up getting appointed. I don't have the file in front of me on the motion to adjudicate. If we are, obviously, we'd be filing a motion to set bond and we'd have to wait for the court at that time. I don't know if the court would still consider a bond reduction, given those circumstances. I think I know the state's going to object. I don't know what the court's inclined to do, Judge, but at this point, we would just leave it up to the discretion of the court. And I will look into it when I get back to the office. For some reason, I showed no holds on my notes, Judge.
From what I see,
Yeah,
sorry.
it's not showing up as a hold. I went back and looked and I found it in there, so it doesn't show a hold actually. But that was the last order.
It does show that he's being held without bond on that.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He's set for September the 16th, and you are listed as the attorney.
Perfect. Perfect.
Sir,
Judge,
so
I don't-
you understand what's going on, correct? You're familiar with that case with the Elijah. So based on that, that judge is not giving you a bond at this time. And based on the fact that you were supposed to surrender yourself, you didn't, you picked up new charges. I'm going to leave this bond as is. If that judge over there, Judge Flores, decides to give you another opportunity, then your attorney can readdress this issue here with this bond. You decide to let him go to SAFP. We can grant him a PR bond on this one at that time. But if he decides not to, then
we may be able to work them all out together, Judge. We may be able to work them all out together on the 16th, Your Honor. What I'll try to do, obviously, I don't want him to sit in the county jail and have to wait on this charge to come in. I don't, I know we're gonna have to check restitution, and we're not here on that. Essentially, the case has not been filed. But if it's something we're able to work out, maybe we can get it all done on the 16th, Judge, and get everything squared away.
Sounds good. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I
Thank you,
be
Jorge.
excused, Judge?
Sir, have a good afternoon.
Likewise.
Good luck to you, sir. Melisandra, are you there?
Yes, Judge, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. We're gonna call
Can you
C 3973-24-A, State of Texas versus Edwin Camargo.
Yes, Your Honor, good
Mhm.
afternoon. Melisandra Mendoza on behalf of Mr. Camargo, Your Honor. We did file a writ of habeas corpus in this case. My client has been in custody for approximately 69 days. His charge is assault on family member with previous conviction. His bond is set at 30,000 cash surety, Your Honor. He does not have any holds. It is my understanding that he does have priors out of the 275th, Your Honor. He is indigent. I am his court-appointed attorney. I am respectfully requesting a bond reduction in this case to a 10,000 cash surety bond, Your Honor. And if the court is willing to consider a lower amount with no harmful contact with a victim, we would appreciate that, Your Honor.
This is the state.
Your Honor, according to what I'm seeing, the defendant has been indicted. So we would state that this writ is moot at this point, and bond would need to be taken up by court of jurisdiction.
Do you have the case number?
I was just gonna ask.
It doesn't look like it's been filed. I just show a note saying it's been indicted. I can follow up and get the court a copy of that indictment as soon as possible, Judge, if you want to take it under advisement.
And if I can have,
Yeah,
yes,
we-
so I can go ahead and file the proper motions in the court, Your Honor.
Mr. Camargo, your case, the state is indicating has been indicted. What that means is it's gonna go back to one of the district courts, and that judge will have to set the bond for you. Once it's been indicted, I don't have authority to do that or change your bond anymore. Do you understand that? Okay.
So,
Then I guess that's all on that case then.
do you have a
Yes.
policy for him?
No, the attorney's gonna follow up with the state to find out which court it is and then request a bond reduction from that judge,
Because I had a court date today,
which is why you're here right now.
but they
Yes.
already did that, they changed from the negative court to
On the bond reduction. It wasn't on the criminal charge, it was on a bond reduction. That's why you're here right now. The criminal case has been indicted, it landed in another court, and she's gonna have to take up the bond reduction with that judge at a later date.
And Mr. Camargo, I will have contact with you, okay? I'm gonna set up a phone call if I'm not able to go see you in person, okay? Thank you, Mr. Camargo. Your Honor, this
Judge,
is- I'm sorry.
I'll forward you, just so we can confirm that it was indicted. It's not just something that's an error on Odyssey. I'll forward you and Ms. Mendoza a copy of the indictment, hopefully by the end of the day. If I see that it's an error, I'll email both of you all asking you to reset it or to give this case another setting for a hearing, Judge.
We appreciate it,
Okay, no
Mr.
problem.
Stewart. Thank you so much. Your Honor, this concludes my business before this honorable court. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you very much. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Judge. Likewise.
Mr. Bustos. In this court, stand up, please. In this courtroom, everything is being recorded, sir. And if you whisper, we can't hear it, and there's no record of it. So you either need to speak up, or we leave you back in jail. You decide what you want to do. What do you want to do? Okay, you're gonna speak louder, because I can barely hear you now. I can't hear a nod, sir. I said you need to speak. Do you want to speak up? Yes or no? All right, louder, please. Mr. Capello,
Yes, sir.
we're back on C 3952-24-H. Mr. Damian Omar Bustos, I believe you had argued for a $10,000 cash surety. The state was looking at $25,000 cash surety. How old are you, sir? A little louder, sir. We're not gonna go through this again. I'm not gonna keep repeating myself. Are you in high school?
Yes.
What high school?
Okay.
Are you enrolled?
My credits.
Louder, sir. Can you hear him, Mr. Capello?
Cannot hear a thing, Judge. I have the volume turned all the way up.
I know you can speak. You can hear me, right?
I'm in enrolled in vision, so I can do my credits.
Okay.
Okay, I can hear him now.
Who do you live with?
I live with my mom and my grandma.
Okay. You've got a charge here, sir, of aggravated assault. The individual that allegedly was assaulted, does he live there? Okay. I didn't see any protective orders. I'm gonna order the bond reduced. Well, I'm gonna order monthly UA, sir. You're gonna get drug tested. Probation's gonna contact you to go get drug tested. You come back positive for any illegal drugs, I'm gonna put you back in jail. Do you understand? And you show up when they tell you to show up. Is that clear? I'm gonna reduce the bond to $5,000 cash surety. Which means your family's gonna have to come up with some money to get you out on bond. Also gonna order that you be released to AIP officials, which means you're gonna be under house arrest. You can go to school, you can even have a job, but you need to notify the officials when you're in school, when you're working. And if you're not working or at school, then you need to be at home. And if they go check on you and you're not there, they're gonna notify the court and you're gonna end up back in jail. Is that clear? Anything else, Mr. Capello?
Judge, can I just verify his telephone number? I've got 956-354-9090. Is that your phone number,
Is that your
Mr.
cell
Bustos?
number?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that your cell number or is that your parents? Can't hear you.
Can you repeat that, sir?
What's the
Yes,
number
sir.
again, Robert?
956-354-9090.
Whose phone number is that? Okay. That's his cell number. If your phone number changes, you need to call your attorney and let him know.
Yes,
Your
sir.
address changes, you need to call your attorney and let him know. Is that clear?
Thank you, Judge.
Anything else, Mr. Capello?
Nothing else, Your Honor. We appreciate the court's consideration of this matter.
All right, have a good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I
Thank you.
think
Maybe.
that's everybody.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Judge.
That's it, Judge?
Yeah, I believe so. Anybody's name we didn't call?
I had 3990 and 3991 still on the list, Judge.
3990, released, on the 30th, and 3991, was transferred to the 4/30th, I believe.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All righty,
Take
Thank
care,
you,
Judge.
have a good afternoon.